What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Santana, and I am here for a honest conversation today. And what I really want to talk about is the UnF America tour, and to be more specific, the failed UnF America tour. And the reason why it failed, you can point to the racist organizer, you can point to the actual disorganization of it, you can even point to the fact that there was a huge lack of diversity. But I think before you talk about any of those things, you have to talk about the failure of accountability. And when you talk about accountability, when I talk about accountability, I have to start with myself. I failed. I wasn't accountable. And I know a lot of people might say, well, what do you mean, right? Specifically, when it came to Z and the racism that she displayed against black women on the panel, right? The microaggressions and just the lack of accountability on her side, I fail because I trusted Mr. Jones to actually go about doing what he said that he was going to do. He told us that he was working on it. He said that, we had to just trust him and he was doing everything, right? It wasn't on him. It was on me because I have a voice. I could have stood up and I could have said, you know what? I'm going to verify that you're actually doing what you say you're going to do. I'm going to verify that Z is held accountable for what she actually did and what she actually said. I should have stood up and used my voice. I should not have said, well, someone else is taking care of it and I'm going to just wait and support this other person. So I was wrong, right? The next thing that I want to really speak to is the future, right? So I know I've been telling a couple of different people, like, hey, we got other things coming and be on the lookout. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. We were lined up where we could actually, try to actually connect with some other packs and do some other things, but it's not happening. And I'll tell you why it's not happening. And just to be very clear, I told all of the creators that was still involved the same thing in a Signal chat before I left the Signal chat and disconnected myself from them. I told them that there are a lot of people who call themselves allies or accomplices or friends or whatever, and the simple fact of the matter is they have a lot of work to do. Now, don't get it twisted. I have a lot of work to do as well, but the simple fact of the matter is there is a lot of hatred that needs to be rectified. And whether we're talking about racism, sexism, classism, ableism, any of the phobias, homophobia, transphobia, like all of that, all of it, people, we have to be better. We have to be held to a higher standard. And I'm going to start with myself, making sure that I'm held to a higher standard. Now, there's two other things that I want to actually address, and more so specifically two other people that I want to address. And I want to be very clear about a couple of things. So there was a Substack that came out from CFH, and he was talking about how basically no one pushed back on Z and everyone supported Z and all of these other things, right? I want to be clear, that's a lie. That's a lie. Yeah, the information was put out, but just like he has screenshots, I have screenshots, right? And not only do I have screenshots specifically showing that someone was pushing back, I have screenshots showing that he was completely aligned with the pushback. He was even helping lead the charge. And if he didn't think that she was racist, then why would he lead the charge? Let's take a look at it. So I want to start here, and I want to be really clear. I did reach out to CFH, just like I reached out to every other creator, basically just trying to verify, like, hey, we're no longer going to be working with the UnF America Tour. We're not going to be working with National Ground Game, and we just want to make sure that everybody's NIL is taken care of. I wanted to make sure that people were no longer connected and you could protect your name, image, and likeness. He said that he specifically reached out to Z, told him that he's not going to be working with them anymore, so he was good. He didn't need me to do that. CFH actually followed up after that, basically saying that, he needs to step away from our group, right, which is a group of creators trying to actually do something after the UnF America tour that would actually be better. He said that he needed to step away. Now, with him stepping away, somehow he still ended up on Z's page being praised for the things that he was saying. What was he actually saying? He said that Z's not racist. He gave Z validity, saying she's not racist. Now, with him saying that she's not racist, This is an actual communication that he placed in the signal chat, the actual group signal chat where everybody was, everyone from Parker Dean to, Erica to Xander, like TC, everyone was in the actual group chat, and everyone specifically was saying like, hey, Z has to go, right? Z has to go. And even he was admitting that she needs to step down. We need someone else. And also, he was talking about how these fragmented side calls were going on because people were actually upset and everybody was saying so many different things. It was a bunch of creators all saying a lot of different things. It was a bunch of different messages. And so he even had to say, like, hey, we need to figure this out and do it together. And again, so much so that even he said, yes, we need to actually have one message. We were getting ready to actually have a meeting with Z, and he wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page. So he was like, hey, let's just make sure that we have a signed message and everybody's on the same page. So again, not only were we pushing back, but he was pushing back with us because everyone agreed that she was being a racist towards black women. Now, after that happened, there was an email that was sent out, and basically the email, we read between the lines, and she was saying she's not going to step down. So CFH actually said, yeah, I want to give her an opportunity to actually speak to what happened. We're going to meet with her, but I still think that she needs to step down. Now, obviously, everyone had an issue with Z continuing to lead the pack, even CFH, because he had an individual conversation with her and said that she told him that she was going to step down, right? This is what he said. Now, again, if he was so on board and driving in the same direction as everyone, because we all agreed that what Z did was racist, but for some reason CFH is somehow now being backed by Z and saying that she's not racist, well, what changed? I'll keep it simple. This message. Two people sent this message. Signed and returned, signed and returned as well. What was signed and returned? You see it. Yeah. That's what changed. There was an NDA signed after CHF said that he was no longer going to work with him. For some reason, he still signed the NDA and he is now supporting Z, right? That doesn't seem weird. So all I'm trying to say is to set the record clear. Yes, not only were the creators at the top of the card, Parker Dean, all of them pushing back and saying that Z needed to go for being racist, but every single creator on the tour except people that sign NDAs. I wonder why. Also, one other thing, if Z is so, great in CFH's mind and he supports her so much, then why did he say this? The only thing I'll say is, what text messages? Right? Now, before I end this video, there's one other person that I have to speak directly to, and that person is Peyton. Peyton, you were the first person to call Z out. You put yourself at risk. You got a lot of pushback. There was a lot of different things that occurred. And for me, one of the black creators that was on the tour, I was not someone that was directly affected by what you were saying, but I can appreciate what you did and what you said. And I would love an opportunity to actually talk to you. So I'm going to reach directly out to Peyton. Hopefully he and I can have a conversation. Maybe we can share live, but I think it's worth doing. Anyway, thank you. I love you all. And as always, peace.